killed more cops than cholesterol, and still no sign of Becker. It wasn't the first time it dawned on me I should probably have gone over the plan in more detail, but it was too late for that now. If I didn't hurry, Becker would be long gone. I still didn't know how I'd gone from drinking myself numb in New Jersey to looting corpses in Brazil. But this was where I was, 5,000 miles from a home I couldn't go back to, on another suicide mission to clean up a mess that wasn't even mine. I'd spent my career dozing off in the briefing room. Now wasn't the time.
Acabe com ele! Não tenho nada a ver com isso! Vai que eu atiro! Vai que eu Você está brincando com armas pesadas agora! Vamos, espalhando! Não tem que me recompensar por essa porra! Você tem? Como está? Você é um cara morto, porra!
It was starting to feel as if I'd never leave that place. Like one of those nightmares where you keep running and running, only to discover you're chasing yourself. Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell, and fast. This was a waste of time. The doors were all locked. There had to be something else I wasn't seeing. This was a waste of time. If I didn't do something soon, I was going to be crying myself to a very long sleep. My eyes and throat burned, but at least I could breathe. I was trying to work out what direction I was headed in when I discovered some more Brazilian architecture not designed for the American physique. There it was, the tape from the Bronco security system. Jesus, it was that guy. I had seen him in the favela, Bachmeyer, Becker's right-hand man. His time would come, him and Becker.
Você está perdendo sangue! Você não tem chance nenhuma!
I couldn't get that tape out of my head. Why had Ufe killed Rodrigo? I wasn't gonna find any answers in the forensics lab. I had to push on.
Hey, pal. Nice to see you.
Vai pra casa, gringo de merda!
I don't think we've been properly introduced.
I know who you are.
And you should have killed me in the office when you had the chance.
There's still time, meu camarada!
Vai em frente, atira no pé! Comigo! Vamos, vamos! Vai, velho, atira nos caras! Vai, velho, atira! Vamos, vagabundo aí, tira esse merda daqui, porra! Foda-se! Atingido! Tô cercado, socorro! atingido! Ele me pegou! Ele me pegou!
Americano de merda!
Another pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else, something buried deep in the past. Seemed the anti-drug squad had a few habits of its own. Rodrigo, Giovanna, Passos, everyone who'd meant anything was gone. Like so many times before, I'd found myself alone, locked on a course of destruction. It was at my worst when I was at my best. Seemed the anti-drug squad had a few habits of its own. Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and sold it on the black market. Now I was coming for mine.
Liga alerta! Porra! Vamos acabar com essa merda agora! Vamos indo!
Se estiver na
Beleza,
mira,
rapaziada.
atire,
Bom
capitão
trabalho.
Payne.
Só tô esperando a confirmação do outro grupo, mas o gringo já deve estar morto agora.
Senhor! Ele não parece estar morto!
Filho da puta, pelo amor de Deus!
Eu vou te matar! Morre, desgraçado!
Todos se reunindo nessa posição! Eu mesmo vou te enterrar! Atirando!
Time to let me go. Give
gate had opened at the other end of the departure lounge.
Eu vou te matar!
I'd rather not be blown up today. Just perfect. Grenades. A gate had opened at the other end of the departure lounge. Those things past the TSA. They weren't here. I had to keep moving down through the airport. The tram to the next terminal was down the escalators. It didn't look like there'd be any trams leaving until the power was on. I could deal with my remaining substance abuse issues when this was all over. It worked. The trams were running again. Maybe they'd take me to my gate. Maybe they'd bring more guys wanting to whack me. Maybe both. And we were off. I felt like I might be able to recharge for a second. At least until we pulled into the station and met more murderous assholes.
Son of a bitch!
Didn't work out like that. Of course there'd be a tram full of goons trying to derail me. Everyone wanted a ticket for the Max Payne Express. felt like I'd missed out on the joke. And it was a real good one. Come on. The tram was slowing down, and I'd only just gotten on board. I had to salvage what I could and see what was waiting for me. This was my stop. It had taken me right into the heart of it. Becker's gimps were everywhere, so he and Bronco must be close. The smart move would have been sticking with De Silva and going straight to the hangar, but when was I ever about smart moves? I'm a dumb move guy. Hey Max, we'll drive onto the runway. No thanks, let me walk in the main entrance. I'll put a big shit-eating grin on my face and let these assholes take turns trying to kill me. That's my style, and it's too late in the day to hope for change. Boy, were they throwing numbers at this problem. But then, I'd chosen to be here. I wanted this. Was it redemption? Not really. It was pathetic desperation, and not much else. The further in I got, the more guys I saw. Becker wasn't running a police force. He was running an army. These guys were better trained and better equipped than anyone I'd seen out here. And I'd seen some mean sons of bitches. The mission was screaming suicide, but I didn't give a damn. At least I'd die being a pain in the ass. There the bastards were, sneaking off in their rich kid's toy.
I ain't got nowhere else to go, Becker!
Mr. Payne, I believe you had something to say to me. Mate ele! Mate ele agora! Não! Não! Não!
This was it. It was almost over. So I guess I'd become what they wanted me to be. A killer. Some rent-a-clown with a gun who puts holes in other bad guys. Well, that's what they had paid for, so in the end, that's what they got. Say what you want about Americans, but we understand capitalism. You buy yourself a product and you get what you pay for. And these chumps had paid for some angry gringo without the sensibilities to know right from wrong. Here I was about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.
I'm in, just drive the fucking car! Go!
We had one card left to play.
Just get me close!
Look! There's a whole team of them! Over on the right! The car!
Come on! Got a flight to catch!
It's not going to take off without us!
That about sums it up.
Ah! We need to clear the runway! Shit! This isn't good! Take him out! Right in front! I'm normally a behind the desk kind of car!
Only I've been one of them too.
Don't look good! If he gets out of...
That's them. Asshole. Your career's coming down with that plane. Let's get it over with.
Whoa! This is too... Wait, Max! No! Stop! Max! We have what we need on him now. Let him enjoy a trial and a spell in prison. Let him suffer. Trust me.
You know I'll walk. You'll walk with a lift!
Of the City Police's Special Forces Unit, who have been implicated in human trafficking, has been disbanded indefinitely. Meanwhile, Victor Bronco, the politician at the center of the scandal, who is accused of laundering money from the scheme to fund his political campaign for mayor, was yesterday found hanged in his police cell. It's not yet clear whether his death was a suicide or simply retribution for his part in a scandal that has so many families missing loved ones that were kidnapped and killed. City officials say a full investigation
Local
is
justice.
underway.